Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I have an update to share about the investigation into now former Florida Republican Party Chairman Christian Ziegler. So Ziegler, as you all know, he was accused of rape, and it was revealed that he had sex with a woman who is not his wife. And then we all learned that he and his wife both had sex with this woman in the past. They had a threesome. Because, Ziegler's part of that party of family values, and his wife, Bridget Ziegler, who co-founded the anti-LGBTQ extremist group Moms for Liberty. His wife who sits on a Florida school board and who helped Ron DeSantis in Florida push through anti-LGBTQ policies, regressive policies. So Ziegler was cleared of rape. And that was fairly soon after he was charged, or after the allegations were made, I should say. He was never actually charged. But he recorded the sexual encounter, and the woman claimed that she wasn't aware and she never consented to being filmed. So then Christian Ziegler was investigated for video voyeurism. Well, Ziegler has now been cleared of the video voyeurism as well. Evidently, the woman made statements about the video that were contradictory. Apparently, at one point, she told the investigators that she, quote, could have consented to the recording. She said she couldn't recall. Because remember, she was loaded. This woman admitted she was drinking heavily before Ziegler arrived. And it was also revealed recently that she wanted to drop the case several weeks in, the rape charge, or the rape case. And there were audio recordings of her meeting with the investigators on October 25th of 2023. So this was just a few weeks in after the first phone call was made and the allegations came out. And one of the detectives is heard saying to her, quote, "You called and said that you didn't want to go through with you didn't want to do anything. Is that still your mindset?" So they had a bunch of back and forth, and she was asking them for their opinion, and they were like, we can't tell you what to do. It's got to be up to you. But if someone raped me, I would want them to pay. So eventually the woman told investigators that she, quote, didn't want to deal with it after all the emotional stress I've had. And the recordings do kind of confirm her claim that she was too intoxicated to give consent, because near the end of the October 25th interview, one of the detectives told her, quote, "Being completely blunt, you're going to have to work on trying to remember what happened." And they told one of her friends, quote, "It's just really hard for her to give us any details." And then during the October 5th interview with the police, which is, to my understanding, the first time that they spoke with her, it was shortly after the encounter with Ziegler, the police described her as, quote, incoherent and distraught. Now, remember, there were private text messages between Ziegler and his wife in which his wife was saying, I just kind of feel like she has a drinking problem, and she's kind of like has issues, and, she's someone who has stuff going on and she's not really all there, blah, blah, blah. But she told the police that Ziegler had, quote, been assaulting me for years, and that he, quote, thinks he's above the law because of who he is. He's a politician. They think they're above the law. They get to do it, and I've let him do it to me for a long time. And then when pressed for details about her earlier alleged assaults by Ziegler, she said, quote, I don't know if he exactly, I don't remember all of it. I do remember it being there. That's all I remember. That's the only part of it I remember. So I believe when she says, being there, that it happened there, she's referring to her apartment in that statement. Because remember, there was another supposed incident in which he came to her house and climbed in through her window and stuff. And so when the police interviewed Ziegler, Christian Ziegler, he admitted to knowing this woman for over a decade, and that they, quote, had relations back when we first met, and those started again about 3 years ago or 4 years ago, and then it's just been periodic since. It's a very kind of friends benefits relationship. Never been an issue until now, I guess. Yeah. Remember, this guy's married. This guy is married, and he is supposedly having a friends with benefits relationship with this other woman. Because, according to them, marriage is between a man and a woman, and apparently another woman. Isn't that what they say in the Bible? That, and that's the entire reason why anyone cares about this story. I mean, beyond that a woman may have been raped, but, this is why this story blew up. I mean, the fact that a holier than thou so-called Christian couple who gained so much power in the Republican Party, and they were complete and utter hypocrites. Even if it wasn't rape, Christian and Bridget Ziegler have targeted other people who are simply trying to live their lives, who are just trying to be themselves, just trying to live free from hate and violence. And meanwhile, these two are off having affairs and threesomes with another woman. Don't be a vile hypocrite. That's all we ask. Leave other people alone, and we'll leave you alone. See how that works? But no, they got to wag their finger and tell other people what to do and how to do it. Well, guess what? You're getting a little bit of that back. So, yeah. So we'll see what happens. But, sounds like Bridget Ziegler, instead of focusing on the LGBTQ community, maybe she should start focusing on her marriage, because it doesn't seem to be doing too good if her husband is out having sex with this other woman periodically, having friends with benefits all the time. All right, I will let you know when I hear more. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.